This is Dale Matthews. One of the frantic subcultures of Josephine County is the online posting industry, where former school board members, would-be politicians, and unhappy government workers come to insult each other. It's a rough-and-tumble world, but occasionally real newsmakers try out their shiny new ideas in this caustic environment. It's all anonymous, of course, with a harsh penalty if you expose anyone's real identity. Mark Seligman is brave enough to ask most of his questions in public, yet he also maintains an online persona. In a November 12, 2013 thread called 5-Year Tax Proposal Would Fund County Jail Juvenile Center, Royal Gold, that's Mark Seligman, writes, I hear Swift says he is pro-levy now and will back it if commissioners write a letter to the feds threatening to sue them. Great idea, but why is he bribing them? I also hear Swift vetted the levy proposal and his wife signed. Is all this true? Why would SOS have him help them if he wasn't for it? Very interesting. Also, there is talk he will run for commissioner. What is more important here, what people want or what the government wants, and Swift will back a levy? The next day, he writes, well, he vetted their levy proposal that will be on the ballot. You wouldn't vet something unless you agreed with it, would you? Then the deal he offered commissioners, write a letter to feds and say you will sue them, which is a good idea, but then says he will back a levy if they do that. Sounds like he is backing a levy regardless. Wow. Things can certainly get interesting. On the third day after asking, Royal Gold, Mark Seligman, is still waiting for Jack Swift to answer. Please let us all know if you back a tax levy and quit avoiding the issue, starting to act like a commissioner candidate. Keep the public guessing, haha. Finally, Jack Swift, writing as Sidewinder, says, what is meant by vetting a tax levy? Well, vetting a tax levy is not what Mark Seligman asked, and why would a lawyer ask what this means? Several people then jump into the conversation with a definition of what vetting means. Sidewinder, Jack Swift, answers, I am fairly confident that neither Swift nor his wife did that with regard to the proposed SOS levy. Of course, I for one don't know what the SOS levy really is, but I am fairly familiar with Swift and his wife. This is fairly odd since most people in this online world know that Sidewinder is Jack Swift, anonymously, of course. One of the reasons most people avoid these online posting therapy sessions is writers such as Scrapper. He writes, those against the property tax increase should be ashamed of their cheap selves. Mark Seligman takes it on himself to explain to the lawyer what vetting means. Vetting the tax levy means reading it and possibly critiquing it. Please tell us if you did what Pat Fahey, one of the sponsors of SOS, claims. He further claims you vetted the tax levy petition and you support it. We all read of you trying to make a deal with the commissioners regarding support of the said levy, if they would write a letter to the feds threatening litigation. It would appear from his claim you have already supported it, even if the commissioners don't write the letter. Sidewinder, Jack Swift, answers, initially the accusation went to Swift and his wife. Now it is to me. Is there something you were trying to say? This is a trap, because if you expose somebody, you will be kicked off of the online posting. As for me, I have never seen the proposal, and I don't know if it puts forward a levy or a taxing district. I have heard SOS discuss both. Perhaps Fahey says what you want to hear. Sidewinder continues, instead of citing hearsay as fact, you might check with Dale Matthews. He has a videotape of the proceedings. I was there, says Jack Swift, and what I heard was the public would never support a levy in the absence of a suit to force the ONC or coordination. Because I was also there in the meeting, videotaping it, I know that that was not said in that way. Later, Swift concludes, Walker asked if a levy to finance a lawsuit might pass. Because I was there videotaping, I know she never asked that question. So the question remains, why is Jack Swift pretending he never said these things? Why is he ascribing certain statements to people that they never said? This is just as bad as the Daily Courier's article.